So it's because we know that her predecessors had been doing the same thing, right? That's why I kept saying that, no, then let her resign. She's not the first, so that she will get her benefits.
The code of conduct for judges and magistrates in Ghana. It is a judicial Bible containing all the forbidden transgression of all judges in Ghana. A breach of a single code by a judge will result in his judicial doom. And you will say, Ghana, your judging for me, a magistrate for no ground, or more code of conduct to her. Say, nothing, I don't Dramani Mahama. Eddie man, the government appointees for no say, well, from bye bye, Cotonefi, on any near maybe. Former and American saying, remove chief of staff, remove chief justice rather. Yeah, Mama so kodo. When I'm going to say me carry, or see the was said as on high court. Or said the case na go do high court, echo was the end as so pending. Was I go do high court to say they be? I feel what you to say okay, chief justice no there, move to my year for so. Then on tears on to me Justice of the Supreme Court. Kubeni. Eno ye no an say na me. Wa dadwene ho ananka we. Eya ka okra ne no ansan ka me. Eya means ananka ye no akra san ka me. Also on tias yo. O say President John Dramani Mahama we eya unconstitutional. We enye lawful. Eya as ye intimidate ne kwa. Ye pese ye gu nanim asese ne career ema no. Na je say obeye na didi. Obeye dan Aziban dizi. Obey then. Onye bi because eduma all as a chief justice and ka retirement as a chief justice sovereign package no kakraka bibrebe nanka dia mano nanka still na ka twegu so ba no di good awofie eno as say matem ne tiaman na mayi na fuo say misdemeanor owie yesusu amosase ne justice na oye as a Supreme Court justice no eno so kura na amasa slipping off nti ontimi nye justice emani ye ontimi go Supreme Court ho the office ni ho ya pam na fa ne books apam na gudu bye bye o dey be o onti ase o se we pa de lie and dey besi nti o say the case na gwa pie mu high court na me buza se Ghana court ya high court ya omudi kan bo assemble akotugu ye the same high court ko na ai Mame Gertrude Araba Esaba Seki Torkornoo say John Dramani Mahama untimi nya na mafia sa enti case no o da go bi o Supreme Court say osiro omunka bi ma no justice ni of Supreme Court ni de ene de say eka ese otimi adwuma as justice of the Supreme Court na wey ana Martin Pebu say the Chief Justice kan de onim say all kind different constitution and I see the same constitution in Ghana yedim dia but based on article 146 I did not so the remove Chief Justice Araba Asaba take it Torkornoo no I clear who can ya just a simple brofo are you remove for me who can ya no what ase or see the grow ni na say hey as a Chief Justice na say usuban bi ni oni ye bi oye na say etia opposition ni you free ho at the same time you free as a justice of the Supreme Court and the reason is very simple it say onya fit for purpose na obi a one man can no as obi a woda a judge a justice for ni na no say no onya fit how are you going to be fit so be justice of the Supreme Court untimi be ye judge and be judge obi a now you can see who come with friends equity have to come with the clean hands and onti there's no way say who gas who be obi atan na wo nsa ayem mo jankwa enti to ono Martin Pebu de e lawful see uniform no we no dey so say onyaya senka onyaya nanka court na ma amane ko no say okobusa say me packages ninka kran ne de say omode man because at least my serve o say no dey say no nanka odi court anka no of one so because to ono as go za omobro no de man say say odidi na me no Martin Pebu na say me na me ko ball kro no ko fa obi iPhone 16 ani e chi me tu mu a na say me teacher ni na eno no me ko she mu be say 3-4 years a me pa cho mu betwa me ka na mu betwa me ka mu a manche no onam odi Ghana sika e de akohwe ni kunu ene ne ba odi o matu kwan akomo mo pediem eye kuro no obo no ya ma na kwan so omo ana obo he And the same way say young girls will be for body or go fire, young girls will be for iPhone or fire. But they know the most say or no the justice in Tino and Nizi Canadian farmer. Well, Martin Bebu, Travis practitioner, lawyer. Or no the Ocha, say kind, and if you know, only one side, only on found say, oh, you're John Dramani Mahama and another Gufado. On found say, another person is like that, or Ayabo Nama, or so on the grounds near dear Imamino, except that. Nadia Cano and Gasenko or Compresse, Sikana Nanka said the man abroad Beretano. At least, young farmer and asking for Bimano.
Every time this conversation comes up, one of the things that almost kind of slides by without being said is the fact that when Chief Justice Torkornoo was when she was defending her case, right? And we've picked this up afterwards because it was all in camera. It's only afterwards that things have leaked. When she was defending her case, she considered all of these things to be administrative issues, and she explained her understanding of these administrative issues, and that she had acted based on her understanding, and that if her understanding is wrong, it doesn't rise to the level of misbehavior because she didn't have a guilty mind, as you lawyers, would say. That has been the strain of her argument. But to you, it's open and shut.
Oh, open and shut. Look, there's no doubt that there is.
It doesn't matter that she didn't have a guilty mind and that she was carrying out the procedure as she understood it, as her predecessors have understood it. Because one of the testimonies in this case was to the effect that they've been doing it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So does that not, mitigate the situation?
Yes. So that is how come. Exactly. I like where you've landed. Very good. So it's because we know that her predecessors had been doing the same thing, right? That's why I kept saying that, no, then let her resign. She's not the first, so that she will get her benefits. That's the main reason. So something could be negotiated, because the very audit report that flagged these payments as inappropriate flagged a certain previous Chief Justice and said, look, come on, refund. Your spouse should refund this money. And then it dates way back, even beyond the one who was asked to refund, right? So it's because of that thing. That's why I say, oh, she's not the first to have done this. Yes, we all know we want probity, accountability, right? So for me, losing the office was sufficient punishment. But to lose her benefits was like an overkill. That's how come consistently from day one. And if you ask me today, even though the decision has been made, look, as a nation, considering that she's not the first, blah, blah. Today, if you ask me, would you support a call for her to be giving her benefit? I'll still say yes. Because, look, it really wrenches my heart. Because we all know this thing has been there for years. Others even probably abused it more than her. But they got off. I know it will bring a lot of backlash. But as I'm saying, I still think that we could do something for her. Right?
Do you think this is all about her benefits? Do you think this fight, this continued fight, going back to the High Court, is all about her benefits?
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, so I would not know. But it's possible it is part. Now, the second part of your question, the part where she said she had what do you call it? She didn't have a guilty mind, etc. Yes, it's not all the time that the law would require a guilty mind. We all know the famous laws on causing financial loss. Once it's willful, and being willful doesn't mean it's intentional. If you are reckless, you see, negligently. Yes, and in law, there are other offenses. You negligently cause something. It's also a form of, they say, will hold you. So it's not all the time, even in criminal law. It's not all the offenses that require, what do you call it, that it should be a guilty mind. You see it? Yes. The word intention for us is broader than just having a guilty mind. Let's put it simply. Sometimes if you are fully in charge of your mind and you undertake certain activities, the law imputes intention to you, even though in your mind you were not thinking negatively. Let's repeat. in law, when we say the word intention doesn't mean you should have thought in your mind that I want to steal or I want to do something bad. No. What we use is we look at the facts, the things that have happened. If they happen, so let me give you a typical example. So let's say Sami Odame is standing here. Kojo, you take a gun. You know Sami Odame is standing here. Then you shoot at him. Then touch wood. Okay, we'll not say death. Then it maims him.
Yes.
You saw Sami Odame standing here and you shot. Even though maybe you thought, so you thought that you want to shoot above him to scare him. In law, once you aimed at him and shot, you intended to. It doesn't matter that what you actually meant was just to scare him. So you aimed above, but it came below. No. You are in charge of your mental faculties. You pull the trigger. So we'll ascribe the end result to you. Yeah. So to say that it wasn't with an intention to.
Martin Bebu said the benefits needed. Nka yen kutse ni nka kambom ni nka yen fama no. Na maame no wabre do. Wabre. Anya fine. Onya fine kra say ayi mo ba shanti kwara wakosa nyemu animu anya fine. Enti Martin Bebu say maame no sikan de nke say de ma na wey. Ana honorable Roxin Dafiamako ese onso your lawyer ni bi on tenase ma lawyer bi nchara nyete se onu na Ghana oni mumra enti all the 10 bulletin points na odi aba no nyina no about the Chief Justice or straight mu Ghana a constitution say the sutie and the entire addition na John Dramani Mahama, the president of the land, it takes his addition no. Point number 1 or say by our constitutional architect, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana sit in a composite capacity as both a justice of the superior court as well as the administrative arrowhead of the judiciary. Eti Ghana mramu the ayatre is written. When it is written, it's written. Yegege among for say a lot of minims and credit. Now the organ say as obi a Chief Justice or as a superior court, a justice of the superior court, and at the same time as administrative arrowhead of the judiciary. Now me say the position no the very moment I be confine me say or Chief Justice in Okutasa position ni minu into ekobom. Point 2. In other words, you cannot become a Chief Justice without first being a justice of the superior court. The office name speaks for itself: Chief Justice, Chief of all the justice. Eti or also say na say na kwakwa we Chief Justice untimi meye Chief Justice abra meye Justice of the Supreme Court. Enti say Justice of the Supreme Court ana kwanya wo ho say ye hwe unwuma so na ye hwe mradodo wa serve na ye hwe wo experience awo ani mbo obetimi de abo man no ansa na ye Chief Justice. Enti edi no eno akasama na honda. Point 3. When one is appointed as a Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, she or he is not merely the admin or head, the administrative head of the judiciary in pursuance of Article 1254 of the Constitution, but she or he is also a juristic officer of the Superior Court per Article 1281 of the Constitution. The auditors were going to say the very moment I be appointed as a Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, no, would you know, and as opposition in just so yeah, first the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Who's are you be outside that justice for no? Ano, and Article 1254 and Article 1281. And it's 2 million at the mouth. Boko 4. The trespasses that are capable of constituting a basis of a petition for the removal of the Chief Judge, as envisaged in Act 1464 of the Constitution, exorably leads to a removal when proven of the Chief Justice of the Chief Justice. Indeed, about say we a Chief Justice. The very moment Yabeka will say your petition you as a Chief Justice no. Hand in hand, Article 1464. Say opposition now udi animu no. Ye you are not say otilo ni mienu kwaka now 5 and such an exercise therefore is not one in demotion but accession. That is the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice is removed from that composite position as both a justice of the Superior Court and as admin. head of the judiciary because the proving grounds for dismissal, stated misbehavior, incompetence, infirmity of mind, also go to the property to serve as a superior court justice as well. It is not decoupled. Then they say, Chairman, ne kura kura na ne say position no baako nko nya baako. Yen ka say we dede and we friend say mawuto omo na mbom omo ye nnuafo enti untimi ka uka ala na ne say we de wakuba no ka ho ni mienu ne na mbom ti the very moment ye ka see you because of say usuba bia oda na di nye te say the chief justice ayayi ni no apepepe ne yina so ye yi wa ni mienu ana e ka no. Point 6, and also see the code of conduct for judges and magistrates in Ghana. It is a judicial Bible containing all the forbidden transgression of all judges in Ghana. A breach of a single code by a judge will result in his judicial doom. And you will say, Ghana, your judge for no, your magistrate for no, no more code of conduct to her. Say, nothing, I don't money, Mama. Eddie man, the government appointees for no, say, what from bye bye, Cotonefi, on any near maybe. The son judge for so more dear. Oso ufun baako kra na pa ese e clear ho abasem na mumubua ana se koye expose ni hu se amanfo je aponche adwan akokọ ne afense baire ne banche eso eni na no code of conduct ni so monye point 7 also nearly 30 years ago some hypocritical leaders of the Ghana Bar Association actually went to court to get the then sitting chief justice removed from office. The Supreme Court was confronted with similar debates now making the rounds. Now, I say 30 years ago, when young Grophobia just one more day, Amono, Amon for more than an armored nam. Nana Ghana Bar Association for Mugo Court say, then Chief Justice are noticed on the you know. The same name and Ekoso about Gertrude Torkornoo. The same thing. The same thing 30 years ago. Now, number 8 was it so in what became known as Ghana Bar Association versus Attorney General 1995-96 GLR. The Supreme Court speaking through Ghana's judicial lion hearts FY Pega and a justice of the Supreme Court as he then was. They still the law as follows. Without mincing words, the ultimate result this action is intended to achieve for the plaintiff Ghana Bar Association is the removal of the second defendant as Chief Justice of Ghana. And as a fallout, a judge of the Supreme Court, I do not see how he can continue to be a judge of the Supreme Court. When then, 30 years ago, I'm saying around 1956, 1955, 96, a judge now or pass as no. You can't any just say when you're qualified enough. So by a justice, a chief justice, then how are you qualified to be the justice of the Supreme Court? 9. Where a law set out a procedure for how a thing is to be done, it is only that procedure that must be followed. See Boyfo versus NTHC. 10. Let me rest here by invoking the morbid gladiatorial salutation directed at the court that have Chairman, when the lawyer for Brofu, this is Latin na bewuremu ha. Ave imperator morituri de salutan, to wit this case that's likely about to fail salute you. That is Latin now kind and Ave imperator morituri de salutan. I just said, with this case that's likely about to fail, salute you. There's a case now, Mame, Gertrude Torkornoo. They removed Chief Justice Gertrude High Court. No. According to lawyer and honorable Roxanne Damafema, case no dead on arrival. Case no long time grandson a drew her. The Madame relax BBNC. There's nothing under the sun, BBN. She knew how a Arabian were about Abraham Soto Kai. And you also last now remove Chief Justice. Nisani Justice of the Supreme Court now pesa tat and back on Nizanka. Also treat the Musa only betting by a pet crime as a emfa. And to order on Goda. onya ya na nka wan we sinita onim lawyers kro awafo omo omo che no kutu pa di ni sika sa kakra na wa save no keep no ni na de na baby ade no duru no ahede against anyone yedin e de mama me eraba asaba saki Gertrude Torkornoo against anyone yedin ne we de Ghana community dey say eka kete we de kete na amen bra wa destroy everything according to them of course emfa Martin Pebu said they be enye possible na ade na Chief Justice remove Chief Justice mama nka ye na asema nkoba ade na wan nyi package yiranko look from all indication from all grounds from the campaign moment of the NDC from one kasa ko kabwed mu no wo woni mananse dodo ananam mu na wunya we why then you have to drag things. That's why sometimes I have problem with the money leadership. No, some men will honorably bow down and take their cats and go home for peace to reign because they know. So, they know so now when you say now you can I said, because any man yet knew. I said not the whole the way they can. Where some back what can do a year no. No, Gina Sunet movie different common and so they don't come off. Yeah, just here pointing near my wire and your William. William said the people of Ghana do not even like you that much because of how I will handle the Nema, especially that e-levy. And it's a gay for a law now, what mama Nana do you here? Which the last guy did buy in the case with Nasu Din intentem. E-levy case here the Babe 2 when him pa where you were yet one parliament take you a decision now after your markings at sword the umbrella that's how the naditin na pa when your judges one matter case na so minim say na mo more move say na mo more move that case in the matter na so dey asem but e-levy dey na so da ho for sa for case ya a voter for a sa constituency ebesi ne case be bedroom mani ehun hwe ye ntehwe enti na wonim we ni na ana amanfo petition nti hona no we say I can't say na bana we sa se na nka ujitum awu akuma mu say be ya duru no ya end show no why yes masika ya face ga ya ba hwe nti na enne wo de wonti ase ya justice lady ese me ma me ko ma de obeda ko justice of the Supreme Court when we conduct ni yes enye what you have to say Chief Justice in the EU the very moment you have vehemently surrender say ampa all the you nemo yemom no yemon ko justice of the Supreme Court no on what grounds on what moral grounds are you going to sit on a case and pass a judgment when your hands have been soiled with that misconduct any possible na me hu dey gra na eduru omo dey na abrofo no the misconduct sika yan farmer na ofa enya kro no sika yan farmer ofa enya kro no bo ana eduru akesefo no dey nso anga misdemeanor misconduct then the misappropriation bro fa kasia edu ye na ma se ne dia thief am robber sa yes nye the crowd yes nye the masa wo ase ho ba bro ndi soro ne mo na ya mpre ne gudu soro na soro bro fo ne ase bro fo na nye pe say that wey a naked truth our Oldboga trends removed Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo again Osaka court this time around or say John Dramani Mahama what they why they obey we are what say Chief Justice no dey wate onko pre ne ho ECOWAS be kana asema ma no na imom no Justice of the Supreme Court dey say insati be kana ade and they say no na dey court say court mo no no nya the case back onya ne Justice of the Supreme Court ne back ohia na ade Martin Pebu private practitioner or a lawyer na papa no say they be wa grounds na you as a Chief Justice our grounds na no you as Justice of the Supreme Court academy na honorable Rosin Damafemako NDC ni MP or majority side ho one so 10 bullet points what one buasi achichem nice one or the other the osen na kura na say Mami Chief Justice case no dead on arrival because your president 1995-96 Ghana Bar Association and then Chief Justice ye ka se nko yi no ano sisi yi no as a Chief Justice nko ade a ene ye onsem fata se osa to aso be Justice of the Supreme Court nje ade e bi da hodada diwe no wo a wo be Chief Justice pe no ene wa ngura se wo confused a kunim de o kanti onko be bi ndakora for comments no to comment section na say dem pa na the removed Chief Justice Gertrude is about take it Torkornoo say it Torkornoo pe de en na say o pa fit na for Ghana for say we abre o ana munya mre no so wa bre na for comment to comment section as umbre no so a ene ye na ye jejereje who you subscribe like na share ma unya enya biwe edi no e ba ko pe Maxi Billian on naked truth or Oldboga trans macro bye bye.